Here's an abandoned Kmart in St. Louis, Missouri. If you look up here, you can see some label scarring from when it had big Kmart. And unfortunately, they have covered over the doors. But this is located within the city limits of St. Louis, or the city proper. And it was one of only 3 Kmarts to sit within the city limits of St. Louis. The other one that was on Lemay Ferry was actually in South County, and that's in St. Louis County, Missouri. And St. Louis County and St. Louis City are not related. The only thing they have in common is that they share a name. But St. Louis City is independent of St. Louis County. But St. Louis County is next to St. Louis City. It's where the majority of the population lives. It's about 1 million people living in St. Louis County, while only about 300,000 living in St. Louis City. So when you add St. Charles area and the Metro East for St. Louis, you get about the 3 million people that live in the St. Louis region. But this is actually within the city limits of St. Louis. The South County area has little towns like Melville, Lemay, Oakville, and they're all clustered together so that colloquially they're known as South County. But Kmart used the address for St. Louis for it, even though technically it's in St. Louis County. And this opened in 1992, so it has a similar look to Branson. And it closed in early 2017. Here's a garden shop. They did the same thing here. See the prison yard here. This one closed at the same time. Alton, Illinois, and Granite City, Illinois is also closed. We started with 7 Kmarts in 2017. And this one, Alton, Granite City, and later in the year, Belleville, all closed, leaving us with just 3. And South County is closed to start 2018. And I left just Florissant and Crystal City as the last 2 in the St. Louis region. Then they both closed during the bankruptcy, with Florissant being announced in the first round and Crystal City later in the second round. Here's where the auto center was. But this Kmart lasted 25 years, going from 1992 to 2017. And 2017 was the big pullout of St. Louis by Kmart, going from 7 down to 3, but really 2, because one of those was announced to close in late 2017. That was the one in South County. Here's the back of the Kmart here. And it's part of a strip center, so I can only go so far down. But it was another nice early 90s Kmart. And later renovated into Big Kmart. That was the last thing it saw in its life. This has been sitting vacant the last 3 years. But we were actually within the city limits of St. Louis, Missouri. This was another nice Kmart. Come down here around the corner and you'll see where receiving was for Kmart. You also see the back of the rest of the plaza. Here's the edge of Kmart here. There's the receiving for Kmart. So that's it. An abandoned Kmart in St. Louis, Missouri. Thanks for watching.